In the headlines, police arrest 3 gun runners in connection with Plateau attacks. Confusion as suspected ritualist steals day-old baby in Nasarawa hospital. EFCC confiscates Beta Edu Sadia's passports as investigations continue. And on the global scene, Morocco elected as 2024 Human Rights Council President. Well, hello there and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I'm Sagir Ibrahim. Thanks for joining us. Welcome once again. The police on Tuesday said they have arrested 3 suspected members of a gun-running syndicate in connection with the December 24th attack on some communities in Plateau. The Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, said this during a media briefing in Abuja. He said the arrest of the suspects followed an order by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to emplace tactical strategies to bring to book the perpetrators of the attack. Adejobi said 1 ash-colored golf car, 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 AK-49 rifle, 1,000 rounds of live ammunition and 5 magazines were recovered from the suspects. The police spokesman said efforts were being made to apprehend others involved in the attacks, adding that the public would be updated as events unfold. And the Borno State Governor, Babagana Zulum, has assured that his government is committed to end the lingering farmer-herders clashes in the state. The governor stated this after overseeing a truce between farming communities and herders in Gamburungala town. Governor Zulum appreciated the communities for embracing peace and encouraged them to shun violence. He reiterated that his government will prevent future clashes between herders and farmers. Zulum said a committee has been set up to address the farmer-herders conflict.
The members of this committee will include the DSS, the police, the representatives of all the emirate councils in Borno State, the Military Law Association, Al-Hayat Association, and then the government representatives, so that they will look into the issues of farmers-herders clash in all the 27 local government areas. The terms of reference will be drawn. Especially, they will also re-establish the den cattle routes. They will also identify grazing reserves so that we shall completely address the root causes of the farmers-herders clash.
And the Chief Magistrate Court in Kano on Wednesday ordered that an 18-year-old Yusuf Haruna be remanded in a correctional center for allegedly stabbing an imam, Sani Muhammad, to death. The defendant, who lives in Tudun-Nufawa Quarters, Kano, was charged with culpable homicide. The prosecutor, Fatima Adu Ahmed, told the court that Musa Yunusa of the same address reported the matter at Jakara Police Division, Kano, on December 31st, 2023. She alleged that at about 7 p.m. on the said days, the defendant attacked and stabbed the 45-year-old imam with a sharp knife, resulting in his death. He said the offense contravened the provisions of Section 221 of the Penal Code. Chief Magistrate Binta Ibrahim Galadanchi ordered that the defendant be remanded in a correctional facility and adjourned the matter until January 31st for further mention. And also, a woman suspected to be a ritualist has reportedly stolen a day-old baby at the postnatal ward of the Dalhatu Arafat Specialist Hospital, Dash, Lafia, the Nasarawa State capital. The incident, which happened at 6 o'clock in the morning, threw the entire staff of the hospital into confusion. Investigation by Trust TV shows that Wasira Suleiman, the 20-year-old mother who was brought to Dash at about 2 a.m., was delivered of a baby boy at about 3 a.m. on Tuesday, January 9th, 2024, through a cesarean section. A source in the hospital who preferred anonymity said the mother alongside her baby were brought to the postnatal ward for further medical attention. The source added that a relative who was earlier entrusted to take care of the baby and his mother allegedly introduced another caregiver to take care of the baby, who in the process took the baby away and never came back.
The baby was delivered via emergency cesarean section on account of two previous cesarean section in labor around 3 a.m. That was yesterday. And immediately after the surgery, the baby was handed over to the caregiver. The woman was also transferred back to the postnatal ward. The caregiver wanted to go home and pick something, and she decided to pick a total stranger and introduce her to the patient that she will take care of her and her baby pending when she comes back. And the so-called stranger then took the baby away, with the pretense that she wants to go and bath the baby, and she never came back.
And Nigeria's fight against corruption has become endemic despite the operations of anti-graft agencies like the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, the ICPC. Nigeria is currently ranked at 150 by the Corruption Perception Index of 2023, which paints a grim picture of the gaps in the fight against corruption in the most populous black nation and Africa's largest economy. Well, Neil Sampson reports on the re-energized commitment of the ICPC in stemming the tide.
This interactive section with the new ICPC chairman, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliu, SEN, is aimed at emphasizing the commitment of the anti-graft agency towards fighting the menace of corruption in Nigeria by utilizing inter-agency collaboration and introducing effective technological tools in managing cases.
I will ensure that ICPC is digitized so that our work that we are going to do is going to be at least efficient, because the work is magnitude. It's not easy. I want to engage Nigerians, especially the youth. I want to bring them on board in the fight against corruption, because the future belongs to them. And if we do not fight corruption by bringing youth, I think there'll be a problem.
The new ICPC boss says the new shift by the agency will be channeled towards preventive measures in stopping corruption while boosting the effectiveness of prosecuting cases.
I will actively involve in prosecution of cases and cases against ICPC, because I feel as a chairman of the commission, I should lead from the front. Whenever we have cases which we feel that I need to take lead, I will, so that we will ensure that we discharge our mandates, which prosecution is one of them.
Corrupt practices influence rapid increase in inequality while undermining development objectives across social, economic, and political sectors of the Nigerian society. Experts believe a renewed vigor in the fight against corruption will yield the much-needed change that will guarantee prosperity of all Nigerians. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has seized the passports of the suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, and her predecessor, Sadia Umar Farouk, over the ongoing investigations into scandals in the ministry. As the EFCC interrogated the suspended minister over the 44 billion naira fraud uncovered in the ministry, it was learned that managing directors of 3 commercial banks were also questioned on Tuesday over the fraud. The scandal involving Edu burst open after a leaked memo revealed that the suspended minister directed the Accountant General of the Federation, Oluwatoyin Madeyin, to transfer 585 million naira to a private account owned by one Oniyelu Bridget, who the ministry claimed currently serves as a project accountant, grants for vulnerable groups. The minister had claimed that the 585 million naira payment was meant for vulnerable groups in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ogun, and Lagos states, describing the allegations against her as baseless. In deference to public pressure, the president on Monday suspended Edu and directed her to hand over to the permanent secretary in the ministry. The Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeals by the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress against the election of Alex Oti as governor of Abia State. A 5-man panel led by John Okoro adjourned proceedings after taking arguments from parties involved in the matter. The Court of Appeal sitting in Lagos had dismissed the petitions by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Oke Ahiwe and Ikechi Emenike of the APC. The APC and PDP are asking the Apex Court to nullify the election of Oti of the Labour Party as Abia State Governor. Also, the Rivers State House of Assembly says it is yet to receive the medium-term expenditure framework and 2024 appropriation bill from the governor. Speaker of the House, Martin Amehule, who disclosed this while speaking on the order of the day at the resumption of plenary, lamented that the audited accounts of 2023 were yet to be submitted in the State Assembly in line with the Constitution, adding that no explanation has been given. Here's the report.
The Speaker, who cited relevant sections of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, noted that the Constitution empowered the State House of Assembly to receive a report of the audited account of the state.
Let me also remark here that we're in 2024 and that the medium-term expenditure framework for Rivers State has not been presented to this August Assembly by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Rivers State. And because it has not been presented, this House has not been able to look at it so that the performance of the government can be in line with the law. In addition to that, the 2024 appropriation bill is yet to get to this August Assembly. As it stands today, we have not received the medium-term expenditure framework. We have not received the appropriation bill for 2024. It means the state at the moment is operating without a budget.
Members also presented the bill on the traditional rulers' law and another on the use of public facilities. The lawmakers unanimously agreed to write Governor Siminalayi Fubara to notify him of the delay in presenting the medium-term expenditure framework and the 2024 appropriation bill to the House in line with the 1999 Constitution.
The Rivers State Traditional Rulers Amendment Bill 2024. Mr. Speaker, a bill for a law to amend the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Law number 4 of 2015 and for other matters connected thereto. Mr. Speaker, this bill has 3 clauses. Mr. Speaker, when passed into law, this bill may be cited as the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Amendment Bill 2024.
Bill for a law to repeal the Rivers State Advertisement and Use of State-Owned Property Prohibition Law number 7 of 2022. Mr. Speaker, this bill have 2 clauses that, if passed, may be cited as the Rivers State Advertisement and Use of State-Owned Property Prohibition Repeal Bill number 1 of 2024.
The Speaker urged the House Committee on Public Accounts to investigate why the Auditor General of the state has not submitted the 2022 audited account of the state to the House.
Watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead. Police arrest 3 gun... Education stakeholders put spotlight on fake degrees scandal. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us on the news update on Trust TV. Now look at the headlines again. Police arrest 3 gun runners in connection with Plateau attacks. And confusion as suspected ritually steals day-old baby in Nasarawa Hospital. And to more stories now, the father of late Afrobeat singer Ilerioluwa Promise Aloba, widely known as Mohbad, has expressed dissatisfaction with the police investigation into his son's death. In an exclusive chat with Trust TV in Lagos, the late singer's father emphasized the need for a thorough investigation that truly unravels the circumstances behind Mohbad's death. On the state of his son's wife and child, Aloba stressed the need for DNA test, speculating that it might be the reason the child has been taken away. While calling for support, Joseph noted that even the late singer's personal assistant had abandoned him to join Mohbad's wife.
I'm not satisfied with the investigation because a lot of things I've been saying outside is not really right. Because firstly, when I carry Mohbad's body to police station, my expectation is that maybe they will follow me up to search for the house or to do the necessary thing or to give me the police report, which they did not give to me. So those are the areas that that police are not really working fine with me. Investigate. Really, most people that are living with Mohbad, they should ask them questions. They should call up them. People that are living with him, they should call them together. So through their searching, through their phone, they will know the exactly working Mohbad. I think a lot of people are living with him. So the investigation, I'm not really satisfied with it. Yeah, his wife is from Ekpe, that is Jebu. So that's, I don't want to say much about that. So they are from Jebu. This is what happened to Mohbad. They have been taking this boy away from me because I can still say it's my son, it's my grandson. Because when Mohbad was alive, 3 days to the death, he had to carry the baby, give it to me. Which means that he did not reject the son when he was still alive. But the main thing that I'm asking of is that DNA. Maybe that would be the reason why they not taking from me. Yes, I can see bullets that is still clear, that we are still looking for the justice. But some people wanted to faster more than what is happening in the family. Because government is handling this, they cannot faster than the government. So that's why people are in the haste to get the judges. And I myself, there's a lot of delay that make people weak. And delay can result to denial sometimes. So I'm still begging government that they should put more effort so that everything will still go on fine as people are expecting.
And to education now, stakeholders in Nigeria's education sector have expressed concern over allegations that fake professors are working in some universities in the country. This followed the recent investigative report that exposed the fraudulent ways of obtaining degree certificates from neighboring West African countries. Trust TV's Hamid Oyegbadi files in this report.
The media space has been awash with news of a purported list of fake professors currently serving in some federal, states, and private universities nationwide. Why the controversy over fake degrees rages on, a statement by former Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, Abubakar Rashid, in 2019, that the regulatory agency uncovered about 100 fake professors in some Nigerian universities surfaced again in the media space. University lecturers described the development as embarrassing and urged the federal government to take necessary steps to deal with the situation appropriately.
As a nation, it can give a negative impression, especially to those people who are not in Nigeria. And that is why I will appeal to the media and I will appeal to the university system to come together and verify if this news was actually or is actually true and find out those who are culpable and then deal with the situation appropriately.
The government should put in place kind of measures that will serve as preventive to save the reputation of the country.
The Vice Chancellor of Fountain University, Osogbo, Osun State, Olayinka Ramota Karim, advised university authorities in the country to ensure thorough scrutiny of the certificate of their lecturers.
It's for us to just be careful
we should scrutinize all the certificates of lecturers or academics that we are getting into the university. Let us scrutinize their papers, their documents, and let us also verify their claims, most especially from wherever they are claimed to have served. I think with these measures, we'll be able to erode fake professors in the university.
Stakeholders in the sector called on NUC to guard the integrity of many hardworking and committed academics who have earned national and international respect and recognition by ensuring that fake ones are fished out and punished. Amid Oyegbade, Trust TV News, Osogbo.
And away from Nigeria, Morocco's ambassador in Geneva was this Wednesday elected president of the United Nations Human Rights Council in the 2024 rare secret ballot among member states. Omar Zaniba won 30 votes in a contest with South Africa's ambassador, Olisi Nkosi, who received 17 votes. It was Africa's turn to take the presidency of the UN's top rights body, but African nations could not agree on a single candidate from among its 13 members of the council, hence the rare secret ballot. Following his victory, Zaniba said the council's work was important and fundamental and the guarantee of human rights as universally recognized. The foreign ministry in Rabat said it sees a strong signal sent by the international community in favor of its constructive approach and its unifying leadership on key subjects such as interreligious dialogue, tolerance, and the fight against racial hatred, the right to a healthy and sustainable environment, migrants' rights, and the impact of new technologies. The Human Rights Council was established in 2006 and is tasked with protecting and promotion of the human rights around the world and addressing violations. Its presidency rotates each year between the 5 regional groupings. And in sports, the Africa Cup of Nations for the year 2023 is set to commence on Saturday, January 13th, 2024. Ivory Coast, the host country, will face Guinea-Bissau in the opening match. According to Opta's artificial intelligence prediction model, Senegal, the current title holders, are the narrow favorites to win the tournament this time. If they win, they will become the 4th team to win consecutive AFCONs and the first team since Egypt, who won 3 in a row between 2006 and 2010. The prediction model uses betting market odds and Opta's team ranking to assess the probability of each match outcome, victory, draw, or defeat, to provide a more comprehensive picture of who will win the delayed 2023 AFCON. And that wraps up the news update at this hour. Do well to follow us across all of our social platforms and, of course, join us on live stream on YouTube for more news, programs, and documentaries. I'm Sakir Ibrahim. Thanks for watching.